And now we're going to talk about what we can all do when we leave here today. After me, we're going to have some very interesting presentations about the GS1 Macedonia catalog. And then we're going to hear from Vitaly. So what I will try to do is talk a little bit about bridging physical and digital. Because, as I've learned from Surgeon, and as we all have learned, we are sitting in Macedonia where it is not normal for ordering everything online. People still like to go to the shops. But as we were talking during the break, this will change. This will change over the next years as it becomes easier to get products from outside of Macedonia, and as it becomes easier for you to list your products for sale the other way. So GS1 started 45 years ago, and we started with this thing, the barcode. It is what everybody knows. Sometimes 5 billion times each day it is scanned. It is on hundreds of millions of products. There are 2 million companies in the world that use this standard. Who are we? We're not for profit. We're global, and we're governed by you. All around the world, the companies are the people that we are responsible to. So our job here in GS1 Macedonia, GS1 around the world, in every country, is to serve you and to try to make things easier, faster, cheaper. There are some numbers. Because GS1 started 45 years ago, there was no internet. There was no online. It was only barcodes on products. We had some rules. If you put a G10, a number, on a product, and then you stop making the product, you could wait 4 years' time and put the same number on another product. This is no longer allowed. Why? Because on your iPad, on the internet, on your mobile phone, data is for everyone. Once the information about your product, whether you make a pharmaceutical or a botanical product or a cosmetic product or some food, once this information is out on the internet, it will never go away. And so we had to change the GS1 system to make sure that when a number was put on a physical product, that number is for that product forever. So we have done that. The rule begins to be in effect January 1st. But we had more work to do in GS1. This is about the bear. We had to figure out a way to make sure, and you can scan that with your phone, probably from the audience. We had to make sure that all of the people in marketing, your marketing department, all of the people in the advertising department, all of the people in the social media responsible in your companies could also use GS1 identification. Because if you look at a product today and you see a QR code on this product, today it does not have the GS1 identification inside. So we made some new work, some new standards, so that any QR code put on any pack, put on any of your products, can now include that same number that is in the bars and the spaces. This is very important because it means that your marketing department and your supply chain department can start to use the same language. This helps with listing products online. Why is it all important? It's all important because we sit in Macedonia today and we look outside, and I have heard 5 times today, we are a small country. I have heard 5 times today, we don't think outside of the borders. But I think the people in this room are thinking outside of the borders. I don't think this is a small country. I don't think it's a small economy. I think it's an economy with an incredible opportunity. There's so much that can be done with the products being made here in Macedonia, being sold outside the borders. For the retailers in the room, there's so much opportunity to start to source more products into Macedonia to offer additional variety. So, you saw this morning. Starting with identification and getting good data about the products gives your product an identity. Just like we have an identity. You have a Facebook page, maybe, a WhatsApp phone number, I have a name, an email address. It is all part of my identity. Your products need to have an identity too. Using GS1 standards can help you get there. I'm going to read all of the names. But I will show you that inside of this big graphic is GS1. This is a listing of all of the major companies in the world that are focusing on the topic of identity. Some of them are working on identity for people, some of them on identity for products, some of them on identity for monies and transactions. This is a very complicated landscape, but GS1 is active there for the first time. We are recognized globally as a very important player in the world of identity, and not just for products. So, if we start with identification, and we start to identify things, the next step that we can all take away is starting to capture data about your products in a common way. And right after I am done, you will hear from GS1 Macedonia. The GS1 system was almost always just about barcodes and tags. Some RFID tags, barcodes, simple things. Right now we're working on building registries globally so that every product from Macedonia, every product from the US, every product from Germany, every product from Bulgaria, China, Japan, very simple information about all of those products in one common registry. This is what we call the GS1 card. It is very simple. It is an image of a product, the brand name, the number that identifies the product. Very simple things. But what it will eventually do is it will also connect to the GS1 Macedonia account, where more information about products here, manufactured here, will be available. Again, you'll hear about that in a few minutes. So the GS1 Cloud is a global registry of core, basic product attributes. It will be able to be searched by anyone in the world. So, if you make a product here in Macedonia, and it is registered in the GS1 Cloud, all of the retailers of the world will be able to find it and understand very basic information about the product. Also, anyone that scans that barcode in the world will be able to understand that that product is authentic, that that product is the product from Macedonia. What will you be able to do with the GS1 Cloud? You'll be able to verify products. You'll be able to check the numbers and view the basic product attributes of any product, anywhere in the world. If you are a retailer in the room, this means you can find products to sell in your stores. If you are a manufacturer or a brand owner, this means that for the first time ever, your product will have true global visibility to others that might want to buy it and sell it. How do we do this? We are working with GS1 Macedonia and the other 112 countries to make it easier to get a barcode number and to make the data into the catalog. We're working to make it very simple, and in fact, GS1 Macedonia is quite advanced in this. So as you will see, it's easy to connect, it's easy to upload the data about your product, and then that makes it easier to share the data with your trading partners. But we need to do this everywhere in the world, not only here. And so this is some work that we have been involved in the last 2 years in GS1. What will it allow you to do? It will help consumers connect and businesses to more business data about your products and consumer-facing data about your products. It's that simple. So identification and data together will help you have a physical product that has a very strong and accurate digital twin. In the past, traditionally, papers and the shipping of the products, signing the papers, very physical, traditional business processes. As things become more automated, all of us, the big companies, the small companies, will be required to start automating traceability information about your shipments, about what you've produced, about perhaps even the origins of your products. There's a language for that. Oops. In GS1 that can help people answer questions like, where is my shipment? Was it sustainably sourced? Was it sold legally? I share this with you because it is some of the more advanced GS1 stuff, the traceability work that we do. But it's important for you all to know that when that time comes for your business, the people to turn to are GS1 Macedonia. They're the people that can help you go beyond identification and beyond data to start optimizing visibility with your trading partners. And that's very important. We heard a little bit about blockchains. I'm going to skip that for now. I'm going to go here. As the physical and the digital worlds start to come closer together here, it will happen faster than you know. It's already happening with the smartphones that are in your pocket. It's already happening in some of the web shops that are being set up online. But this will accelerate very fast. These devices, how many have a Siri or a device like that in your house? Probably nobody, right? In other places in the world, I have asked that question 1 year. The answer was nobody. 2 years later, I came back. I asked the same question. 80% of the audience had something like this in their house. Some device that they were talking to. It will happen fast. And when that happens, the best thing you can have done is make some investments in getting your data right. Investments in making sure your products are identified. And investments in being able to know where your product and your inventory is.